everyone. It is Teresa from Teresa Silhouette Spot for all things art, where I love sharing art from my heart. And if you haven't seen this, it's upside down. Well, it's only upside down for a sloth. It's not. I'm going to paint him upside down. Easier for me when I get started, and then we'll flip him around so you guys can see it. When you come on, say, hey, back. And let me know if it's your first time watching. It is. Let me know if it's your first time. And also hit the button so you'll be notified next time I go live if you like to see me paint and you enjoy watching me paint. So I have all my paint out already, and I am going to get started with my background. This is a really cool painting. You might have seen it already. I had a conversation today with someone about painting your own designs. And that's all well and good. And that's great. You can paint your own designs and come up with your own designs, and you're creative like that, and you can, basically draw, because painting and drawing are two different skill levels. It's awesome. But I will say this. I still take lessons. I will paint with a few people online as often as I can, because I always want to get better or learn new skills or new techniques, whatever it may be. And I will say this, that a lot of the times, especially in my Donna Dewberry group, where I paint a lot with my painting family, we can do the exact same design with the same brushes, with the same colors, with obviously the same teacher, because we're all painting with Donna Dewberry, and each and every one of our designs look different. People say, why would you want to paint with me when you can paint with somebody else, or other people are doing that design, or that design is so popular, come up with a different design. It doesn't really matter, because everyone has their own unique style. Everyone has their own way of painting, and whether or not they're heavy-handed with the brush or light-handed with the brush. And so you may have seen a design that I've painted or that somebody else has painted, but two people can take a design and both can paint it completely different. So weird how that works. And I see it all the time, like I said, in the groups that I paint with some really talented, experienced painters, and how we all have the same exact tools, basically, brushes and paint and whatnot. But when it comes to painting a design, and we're all painting the same thing, the same brushes, the same paint, the same basic layout, the end of the project all look completely different. And that is so cool about art and this art world, and the art world that has been opened up to us since COVID, because there's so many different artists and styles that you really can take one painting and paint it a bunch of different ways, depending on who's holding the brush and who's. This is a fellow artist of mine in one of my groups, and I love it, and I thought it was cute, and she said we can use it, and I just thought it was adorable, and it's very appropriate for Valentine's Day. And I'm just adding a little border and blue and white around the edges. And I'm going to go into painting my sloth guy in the middle. I went around the edges, but now I really want to some blending going on. You guys know I paint on these pieces of bristle board, because I have canvases up the wazoo. Whenever I can do a little tutorial or a quick live for my peeps, I like to do it on this bristle board. Much easier to store, and I just stick them in one of those portfolios with the clear sleeves. I will say, you might see me holding it down. It's much easier to hold down canvas than it is to hold down one of these papers or these bristle boards. It's not really paper. Really, it's even more heavy duty than cardstock. So I want my corners to be a little bit darker. And the inside, and so I used a mixture of patina and cobalt blue. Get some shading in here. I might have to put more cobalt. I wanted my corners and around the outside to be darker, and as I got closer to the sloth, I added some white. So, how's everyone doing today? Cold here. I know, you guys, I'm a wimp. I admit it. I'm the first one to admit what a wimp I am with the cold weather. Too much white. Guys, I always say this. It's paint. You can fix anything, right? Let it dry, and you can fix anything. So if you guys have been watching me, you know there's the free paint party on Thursday, 11th, in the group. If you haven't joined for free art, please do so. Painting this beauty on Thursday. And in the comments in the group, you will find tracer and stylus for the colors that you need if you want to use my suggested colors. If you're watching, please comment. I can say last Tuesday I had quite the issue. I need to scroll my live. I have no idea what happened. I did go back and upload the video afterward. That has might be happening. So when you come on, say hi, let me know you're watching. So now I have some, that was patina and cobalt and white, of course. Now I have magenta and baby pink. Double loading my brush, one corner, one color, and the other color. Nice load onto my brush. I'm going to go in almost the way I did the outline, with the dark to the outside. And I'm going to start painting in a really pretty little girl. I don't know how many of you guys remember this or not, but corporate husband for me and myself were able to go to Costa Rica in the fall, visit my daughter. She's been living there for a year now, and we got to see sloth preserve in the wild, and it was the coolest thing. I basically just sit there and watch them, really for hours because they're not going anywhere. I'm keeping the dark outside, and I'm just filling in around my sloth here. When I come around here, it's narrow, so I'm going to turn my brush to get in, and then I'm going to go back up here, dark outside, and again when I get close, brush. to my brush, but I'm going to leave it dirty. I'm going to pick up mostly pink. I'm not going to clean the dark out of my brush because we still want a little bit of blending in here. I'm going to fill in the rest of my Sloth light pink. Perfect. This is just a little bit coating, double loaded to do the outline. I'm just coming in here. Add the base for the face. And I picked up a little bit more of the magenta. I want to add some shading under the body here, under the neck. I'm going to pick up a little bit more magenta, and I'm going to outline the mask on the face, following the curve that I sketched in to begin with. So, arch around. Okay. Up a little too much pink there. I just want to smooth these areas out a little. Blend in here. I'm not going to do the same thing. I'm going to double load again. I'm going to part line down here on the belly. And then just do some shading and spreading out in the middle here. So what do you guys think so far? While I let that dry so I can add in all the detail of the face, I'm going to go in and do my tree branch. So now I have a little burnt umber. I'm going to pick up some double loading my brush again because I want to blend, shade, and highlight this tree branch all at the same time. I'm thinking because it's upside down, I want the white to be on this side. To think about, I told you my sloth is right now technically right side up, but upside down for her. So I want to be careful and make the bright part of the branch and the shaded part of the branch where they would be. Sloth is hanging upside down. Of course, the bright side is going to be the side that's facing up to the sun. And there is the branch started. Smaller one because I want eyes now. I will use this for 10. So I started out with the background. I used cobalt patina and white blend to the background. I wanted the outside a little darker. And for the body, I double loaded baby pink and magenta and did the body, the mask for the face, and the heart for the inside. I'm just going to pick up some black, and I already have the lines in here where I drew it. I'm just going to go in and put in my eyes and the rest of my face features, little mouth. Eyes are hard, you guys. Usually the more detail you can get on eyes, the better. I try not to go over them and over them because I tend to, and I think it's a natural thing, I tend to stretch my project as I try and fix it or it here and there. It tends to expand. I'm going to do the mouth now. I'm going to use this brush. I could get out a liner brush, but I'm just going to use this brush. And use the edge of it, chisel edge. Could get out a liner brush, but I'm not going to. But whatever you're comfortable with. And I'm going to add a little bit here. Okay. And for the nose, brush again. Nose, I'm going to do the nose mostly with the dark, with the magenta. Okay. I'm going to pick up a bit of brown. I'm working in a little bit of this burnt umber and the magenta into my brush. I'm going to start a little bit of brush strokes. Using the chisel edge of the brush, and I'm just making different little strokes. Sometimes I'll use the pink, sometimes I'll flip it around, I'll use the purple, and I just want to follow the curve of the little sloth face. And when you do this, you want to have a nice sharp edge on your brush. Over, get around, and work it around. You don't need too many. You just want to give it an illusion of fur. And of course, you want there to be a difference between head and the body and the mask. And it's okay if some of them feather off a little bit from the outline. You want that. You know, it's not perfect. Nobody got up and did Sloth's hair this morning before she posed for this picture, right? I don't know if I should do a little bit down here too. I'm just layering. That sometimes I start with the brown, sometimes I use the dark pink, and I'm just making these little strokes. It's important to already have had your base coat. Because, oh, I picked up a little white. I like that though. You don't have to fill the whole thing in with these little wispy strokes. You just have to do a little bit because you have your base coat in there behind when you first started your picture. This you can make, obviously it's not some more brown and gray. You can really make this dye any color you wanted to. I always told my kids, it's art, it can't be wrong. So that saying, "He is in the eye of the beholder." So art is in the eye of the beholder as well. What some people like, other people not so much, right? I'm going to pick up a little bit of the light again, put that into my magenta side of my brush, and add a little bit of light down here too. These are just tiny, tiny strokes using the edge of the brush. Very, very corner and the chisel edge of the brush. I'm going to go up here. This. There it is. My sloth upside down. I wanted to bring it up a little. When I started adding the fur, like I needed a little bit more fur up top. I get a little too much paint in my brush. I don't need to rinse it, but I do want to wipe off the globby paint. So when I go back in here, get that nice sharp point again. See that? You guys may look at this and be like, oh, pink sloth, whatever. But, you know, you never know because here I am. You could use these techniques. Paint a bird, to do, well, an owl is a bird, but to do an owl, paint a teddy bear, may not fond of sloths, or it might not be the first thing that you guys would paint, but you're learning something from watching me paint it. And I think this guy is really cute. Oh, I want going in, and I picked up a little bit of the baby pink just to add a little bit highlight. We'll give our sloth some really light highlights like I have. So don't forget, on Thursday in the free group, we will be doing art palms. There's a tracer and a supply list in there, and you can, if you have all your stuff ready, you can paint live with me. We had to do those palm trees and the sunset or it might even be a sunrise, whatever you want it to be. Doke. Oh, I need some greens. I want to put a few on my branch. Oops, sorry, son. Got a little bit of green here. Much. And the light green. There we go. And which brush? Use the medium brush. And I'm going to add leaves. Now I will my sloth again. You know, I'm double loading my brush. I'm picking up the greens at the same time. Apple and the thicket. I'm going to get my brush nice and loaded up with some paint. I'm going to go in add some leaves. To our design. Oh, and I need to do, I don't know if you call them talons, claws. I'm going to have to go add them into. We need a stem in our leaves, right? Oh, more in here. Okay. Back to my little brush that I was using. Back. Have this be a three-toed sloth. And there we go. There he is. He's done. What do you guys think? Turn you around. Is she cute? Oh, I love her. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, oh, it fell down. A free paint class on Thursday night in the free group to receive a spot for free art. If you haven't joined, please go. And thank you guys. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. I might need to paint for a friend. Maybe I'll paint her new friend. We'll see. Anyway, I love you guys. Stay safe and sane, and I will talk to you soon.